What's good, everybody? It's your boy Tico on Blitz, back at it again with another video. And today's tank review is going to be this Polish behemoth right here, being the 60 TP. A tier 10 tech tree heavy tank that features pretty solid gun depression, a very solid damage output, along with many other factors that contribute toward its playstyle. And we're going to start by looking at the armor profile, of course, which in this case, it has 280mm thickness on its front and 120mm thick on its front. And against one of its counterparts being an E100, this is what the armor profile would look like on this tank. You can see that you have a very troll upper plate, upwards of 270mm thick. However, there's a lot of weak spots when it comes to this vehicle. You have a very troll, small little piece of the upper plate that's poking up right here that's only 250mm thick. It's a 50% chance, but when I load the heats, it's going to cut right through. You also have cheeks right here, upwards of 220. A very small lower plate, which is actually a very hard hit, upwards of 170. And a hatch on the roof, which is upwards of 208. And then when I load the heats, that's where everything all changes for the upper plate. Now that little ridge that opens up on the upper plate of the vehicle is now going to be a auto pen, having 100% at 260. And pretty much the majority of the upper plate along with that is going to be a auto penetration. We still got these cheeks right here, and we also have a bit of the gun mantlet cheeks right here that begin to open up and become penetrations as well. This tank also carries 7 degrees of gun depression, which is really going to make a huge difference for the turret. As you can see, no cheeks, nothing on it. Everything is going to be an auto ricochet. You can see that it's upwards of 330 to 400mm thick in most cases. When I load the heats, doesn't really make much of a difference. I mean, you got these very small cheeks that are right on the side of the gun mantlet. Still, not going to do anything to factor out with the ability to penetrate this vehicle's turret. And then here is the side of the vehicle. You have the side of the turret upwards of 190 to 180. Then the full-on side upwards of 130 to 100. HEs cannot cut through the side of this, and I'll prove it to you guys right now. Exactly. Too thick. And then the rear of the vehicle, the back of the turret upwards of 102 to 107. Then the full-on rear upwards of 95. Still too thick in order for E100 HE to be able to cut through and do the maximum amount of damage possible. Along with that, you have a damage per minute factor of 2,386 with a 15.84 second reload time. And then the average penetration, this is what it looks like now, apart from the previous update of when they decided to nerf the pen just a little bit. But it changes absolutely nothing for the tank. So it has 265 on the standard, what used to be 360mm of pen. They've brought it down all the way to 347. Like I said, the majority of super heavies, you're still going to be able to cut through even though you have above 340mm of pen, which is pretty much the standard or recommended amount that I would say in order to cut through a lot of super heavies. And then along with the high explosives of 88, then the damage factors through 630 on the standard, 550 on the premium, and 720 on the high explosive. Combined also with a 4.5 second aiming time with 0.38 dispersion. Typically expected with an aiming factor for a super heavy. It's pretty much what I would have to consider this beast. And then maneuverability-wise, you have a top speed of 36 with a reverse of 15, along with a power to weight of 12.7 along with that. Can't forget about the fact that the 60 TP also has tungsten rounds. So, like I said before in the previous couple videos, it's going to do a core damage of up to 105 to 125% from its average damage. Two other distinct provisions, which I clearly do not run one of them, would be improved gunpowder to provide acceleration to the tank's shell velocity. And you have gear oil, I clearly do not run this, to increase the power to weight ratio by 13, along with the whole turn rate and the engine power included alongside. And here we are in game number 1. Let's see what they got in terms of heavies, a 50B, an FE215B, an IS-7, and a 113. Alright, so what we're going to do, make our way towards the hill over here. Looks like we have a Chrono player on our team, and he's platooning with a QC player. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Alright. So let's go ahead and mosey on our way to the hill. See how we can fare well. Alright. We're going to use the terrible uphill capabilities of this tank. It's going to take us forever to get up this hill. Come on. It looks like everyone's deciding to come up on the hill. That is good. Let's see. It looks like they don't have any... Oh, never mind. Just kidding. They got a 183 up here, and they got a 113 up here as well. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, I had a bad itch on my ear. There's the Foch down below. Looks like he's getting bonked, so we're going to continue moving on forward. See if we can get some bonks into some of these enemies over here. We got the 113. Let's see if... See, we're just going to go ahead and poke these guys right over here. Use my 7 degrees of gun depression to my advantage. Alright, there is Mr. 113 right there. Are we able to get a shell into you? No, we are not, unfortunately. So, alright, we're just going to continue moseying on forward. Alright, looks like the 183 is going to poke. So, let's see if he does. No, he doesn't. That's unfortunate. Oh, 113's moving on down. He's getting pecked off in the process, so come on. We got to go get that base. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and mosey on down here. We're going to get a quick slap into you for 585. We're just going to go mosey on down over here. Don't really care if he hits me in the process. Well, okay. Yep, he hits me. So we're going straight for the base. I am going balls to the wall at the moment. Come on. Come on. Who's in base? Who's in base? You're in base. There we go. 652 shot into you. We're going to continue over towards the FE215B. Good. He gets a bounce on me. We're going to activate our tungsten rounds right now. And get another shot into you. 724. That's a nice shot. We're going to reload once again. We do have the hit points to continue to trade with the FV21B. All right. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to bonk you again. 714. Give you a nice love tap. And you are dead. All right. Well... This was a pretty strange battle, if I'm not going to be mistaken. I mean, I didn't kill anybody, but still, 2675 damage is still pretty reasonable, if I'm not going to be mistaken. So, yep, 2675, block 1600 in the process, pull out a third class, and hey, I can't complain. It was still a pretty solid battle. And here we are in battle number 2. Let's see what they got in terms of heavies. An E100, a Kron, and a 57 heavy. Alright, so it looks like some of our heavies are going to be moving towards the right side, so that is exactly what I'm going to do on Yamato Harbor. So, going to continue making our way towards the far right side. Hopefully we don't get spotted by anybody. That's good. Alright, we're going to plant ourselves right in this area, right behind this house right here. See if we can get some bonks into some of the enemies that try to push on upwards. Oh, we got the Kron spotted over towards the side, along with the 268. Oh, and he is getting bled for a pretty good chunk of health. We got the Yo right there. Ah, I tried to use that little barrier right there to try to see if I can get a shot into him. Oh, that was very unfortunate. Well, he can't really pen our turret unless if he tries to hit our hatches, so nice try, bro. All right, so we're going to see if we can aim on you once again if you decide to poke, Mr. Yo-Yo. So come on, I want you to. I want you to poke. I want you to poke. Oh, there you are. That's good. So, there we go. 612 shot. That aimed exactly to where I was aiming. That's perfect. All right, so we're going to reload once again. We're going to wait on for it. Oh, Kron's moving on up as well. All right, are we able to see his side if he decides to poke? All right, that's not ideal. We got the 57 heavy over here as well. Nice shot for 592 into his tank. All right, we're going to continue to stay put right here. Farm these guys to the best of our ability. There's the Kron right there. Let's see. We're not able to get a shell into him at the moment. So, looks like he's angling his turret. So, I can't complain. 288 is still pretty solid. I mean, I activated my tungsten as well, so I'm going to reload once again, see if we can get a clear into the enemy Kron as he is moving on back. Fortunately not. So yeah, it looks like the majority of their tanks are pretty low on health, so... Alright, so we're going to continue over here. We're going to get a nice shot. Ooh, the rear of the Yo is poking out. Ooh, yeah! 900 max roll into the back, and he is dead. Holy cow. Alright, I was not expecting that at all. Alright, so, don't really care about the Kron, so we're going to move onward towards the E100 as he is right behind this little wall right here. Alright, E100 is probably going to get a shell into him. Alright, nice shot, Type 71. Ooh, but he misses the shell, so we are just going to aim right on into his tank. There we go, 676 shot into you. Gonna reload once again. Hopefully we can get another shell. Unfortunately not. That was a complete arse whooping, if I'm not going to be mistaken. That was a much better game right there. 3,000 damage, although kind of like the first game. I mean, it was a pretty solid outcome as well. So another third class along with that. And we were able to do top on the team while at it. Pretty solid. 60 TP after the changes makes absolutely zero difference for the tank. I mean, it's great overall. I got the tank when it first came out as a new tech tree line, and I absolutely loved it ever since, and I'm still a big fan of it nowadays. The pen nerf changes nothing alongside the fact with the tank's playstyle. You're still able to dump shells for a pretty reasonable amount of damage. You're able to have solid gun depression, a very impervious turret, and the fact that you have tungsten shells in order to do a very solid chunk above your average damage. Hopefully you guys did end up enjoying today's video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And make sure to turn on those bell notifications so you'll be notified whenever I upload any new videos. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.